Hello, everyone, and welcome to an exciting bonus episode of Rolling in the Mist, where we play not City of Mist. No, we're playing a special one-page RPG called Four Sherlock Holmes and the Vampire, who is also one of the aforementioned Sherlock Holmes. A one-page RPG inspired by Justin McElroy, written by Andrew J. Young, with thanks to Marty McGuire. Bravo, stop putting a gun in your mouth.
Whatever, Watson.
How dare you? We are all Sherlock Holmes at this table, damn it.
Are we? I've seen the way you hold that cup, especially that Red Bull.
I guess we'll find out which
Only
was
a
a
vampire
Sherlock
does
Holmes
that shit.
and which is a vampire. So, I mean, that's the entire point of the game there, folks. It's honestly...
Paranoia.
So this whole game is a huge improv exercise where all of us are playing different Sherlock Holmes that have been created throughout whatever, because there's so many different versions of Sherlock Holmes. Each of us have a randomly selected suspicious quirk that is vampire related. However, one or more of us is a vampire with multiple quirks. So it's our Sherlock Holmes jobs to not only go to the scene of the crime and try to one-up each other by finding different clues and saying that their clue is the most important clue, but also trying to figure out which Sherlock Holmes is a vampire.
If you couldn't follow that along, welcome to our world.
You could. I'll put a link. I'll put a link to the rules in the description of this video. Anyway, so we're just gonna get rolling here and then figure it out from there, because none of us have played this game before. So first off, we're just gonna go around the table. I am gonna be playing this game not as an MC, but as a player, as a Sherlock Holmes, and I'll introduce my Sherlock Holmes at the end. But Jason, who is your Sherlock Holmes?
Hey, fucker, I'm fucking Cholo Holmes. I come from the streets solving crime that I see it since I was a child.
I solved the crime because I committed it.
I love the look of disapproval on your face.
I am.
You're Los Angeles now,
Yeah.
Kevin. You're one of us.
Welcome to the hood's home. They call me the spider.
Like, there's just a thing of like racial politics here, where it's just like there's a table with 3 Hispanic people, and the one person who's offended is the white guy. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Which goes to show you,
can't-
we don't care.
I can't really say anything.
Plus, you went there on the streets. You didn't see what I saw.
You were on different streets. It was a lot colder.
It was me, it was Watts, and our friend Cyclone.
Okay, I have to ask now, who's Cholo Moriarty?
Cholo Moriarty?
Yeah.
That's Jesus. They call him Baby Clown.
Oh my God. That's Little M, eh?
Yeah.
Little Moriarty.
Little Moriarty. Little M. That's it. Little M. Little M. That's it.
All right.
there. Little M.
Joining us today on the switchboard, but also at the mic, is Chris Rangel, everybody.
Hey, it's finally gonna turn.
There we go.
So, Chris, what Sherlock Holmes are you going to be playing today?
I was going to go with my childhood inspiration, Basil of Baker Street, the great mouse detective Sherlock Holmes.
Fucking rat.
Mouse, okay? Mouse.
I
Dignified.
apologize. A rodent.
Wow. Okay. So here's where the racial politics is going to go
That's right.
next. All right. Okay. And
A qualifiable mammal, good sir.
and
We're all mammals here.
are
Except one of us. Kevin.
wow. Are vampires mammals? Yes. Anyway, bravo. What is your Sherlock Holmes today?
You see, after the massive success of my first film, Iron Man, I've taken it upon myself to pick up the hat, which I don't enjoy wearing. I am Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes. I may have a thing with Watson, but I don't like his wife. And the dog, I fuck up that dog. Didn't he do it like in 2
Yeah,
movies?
dude, he fucking-
He really fucked up the dog. Moving on.
Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes was also the one that did like the slow-mo kung fu, right?
Yeah, he was just like, he's going to go with the savage left elbow block, hit him in the face. He's
He
gonna
knew how to
immediately-
fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
He could like see everything beforehand and plan.
All right, and I will be playing anime Sherlock Holmes from the card game Fate Grand Century. You may know anime Sherlock Holmes as a very pretty boy Sherlock Holmes with, for some reason, a metallic corset that had like a dozen magnifying glasses come out as tentacles.
It's called fashion.
It's called efficiency. Got to keep that body good for the girls, yeah?
And with that, so setting the scene.
Okay.
So we're gonna come into the scene one at a time, introducing our Sherlock Holmes. But the first Sherlock Holmes gets to describe like the actual place we're at. You don't get to describe the crime just yet. That's for the last player.
Got it.
But Jason, since you're starting us off, you get to describe the whole setting.
So just pretty much where everything is, right?
yes.
Okay.
So go for it.
Do you want me to do it in character?
How about this? I'll ask you a question.
Yeah.
How does it? Okay, is it Chola Holmes or Sherlock Holmes?
I think it'd be Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, let's go with Sherlock Holmes.
Okay,
Emphasize on Holmes.
Okay, how does Sherlock Holmes enter the scene?
So he's driving down. I'm driving down my fucking Cadillac, Holmes. Going down street, listen to. Okay, I mean, this was straight because I'm thinking of my cousin. I'm driving down a 64 Cadillac and freaking Earth Angels playing on the radio. So stereotypical. And we go up to a small 3-bedroom house. Little it's a community. It's like a real community sort of area, like a cul-de-sac. There we go. It's in a cul-de-sac area.
Okay.
All right. And everybody's outside, so you know how a cul-de-sac is. Just everybody's just trying to fucking
Be in everybody's business.
yeah. And I walk up to them like, get the fuck out of my way. There's crime here.
So Sherlock Holmes walks into the house. Oh, okay. So wait, do you want this to happen at the cul-de-sac or in the house?
It's in the house, but the house is at this little cul-de-sac.
Okay. So I'd say as you walk into the house, there is another Sherlock Holmes. So first off, Jason, I'm going to need you to roll on the scene details chart.
Would that be the?
That was the D6.
the D6. Okay.
Yes.
He got it. Yeah.
Okay. So, Chris, as you introduce your Sherlock Holmes, you tell us which scene detail is here. There's either, what was that, 4?
The 4.
There's either too much potpourri or there's a shrine to a celebrity.
Okay. I'm going to go with the too much potpourri.
Okay. So how does the Great Mouse Detective enter the scene?
This odious smell of it's oh my gosh, it's asphyxiating. It's very it's a bit of potpourri with a mix of cucumber and a couple of herbs, and I want to say it would originate in the bathroom, but the entire house is engulfed in this odious scent. I just can't right now. I have to be outside, catching my breath.
Okay, so I guess you walk outside and there's Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, and basically I'll walk outside, and then, Holmes is freaking out because he sees a little mouse there just kind of like coughing and
I jump in. Where you from?
good day, sir. I'm just investigating the property here. As you can understand, there's been a murder. So, who are you?
No,
you
Chris,
can't say
you don't
it's
get to
murder.
describe the crime.
Oh, I can't. That's right.
that-
huh?
It
that's
could be
up
like
to
a
me.
break-in. It could be like someone tagged up the
Just
place.
say you're at this home.
Okay. Well, then I happen to be here, and there's this odd smell of potpourri. Who are you?
They call me Holmes, fool.
I didn't catch a name.
Holmes. That's all you need to know.
Well, you a cop?
You a cop? Huh? You want to fight?
Just straight to violence. That's how I solve my mysteries.
I punch first, I solve later.
That's a shirt. That has to be a shirt.
Yes.
I punch first, I solve later.
That also describes Detective Strange.
It does. You starting to see
yeah,
where I
totally.
get more of my inspiration from.
Just a little bit. All right, so I think this would be a perfect time to introduce our third Sherlock Holmes. So, Chris, roll on the scene details. That's
Okay.
a D6.
Delta 6. Here we go. Cool. 6.
All right, so bravo. As your Sherlock Holmes arrives on the scene, you get to choose between a Lovecraftian horror or the set of Frasier.
Toss salad and scrambled eggs.
I know the characters. I've just never seen it like a scene of Frasier.
You didn't miss out much.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Lovecraftian horror. I come out from the crowd like a shadow emerging from nothingness, and I'm like, it seems the skies are a little darker. Oh, is that Cthulhu? He's out for his morning jog. Wow, yes. Ah, a rat!
Who the fuck are
My
you?
dear sir,
He's like, oh my god, I can
you
talk.
will restrain yourself.
Oh my god, and I look up to the sky. I said, Cthulhu, is this your doing? A talking rat, now you're going to give me this? And I turn over to Zane. Who might you be, sir from the streets?
Who the fuck are you, Holmes? You just come out of nowhere.
I am Sherlock Holmes. You may know me from such films as Iron Man. And Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Sorry, Holmes. I don't go to the movies often.
You probably should. I'm a very good star. It's like, so it seems I'm not the only detective here. I just stare at the rat.
I prefer.
I go to. You see him too, huh?
Oh yes, I see.
I thought I was losing it.
It's like, no. It seems Cthulhu is playing tricks on us once again.
Who the fuck's
You may call me Basil, and I prefer Downton Abbey.
I'm going to call the exterminator if I have to keep talking. He's like, but anyways, is that potpourri?
Yes, unfortunately.
And they just start chucking. And I'm like, I get out a hanky and I'm like, I keep like very like those posh way of tapping the lips that kind of.
Meanwhile, I'm like,
Lovely.
well,
yeah.
it seems. And do I describe more of the scene? I guess? Or I just mentioned that we're in a fucking fourth dimension with Cthulhu.
I think Cthulhu just kind of lives in a suburban neighborhood is great.
Okay.
But since we do need to move the plot along, I guess
Okay.
I shall introduce my Sherlock Holmes. So as all three of you are sort of standing outside on the porch, the front door suddenly bursts open, and standing there is the most gorgeous boy you have ever seen, with crisp,
You mean me? I understand. Yes.
with crisp black hair, big anime eyes,
What's wrong
and
with his
a
eyes?
metal corset with various tentacles with magnifying glasses at the end, Doc Ock style. And I walk out as the magnifying glass tentacles are just surveying every single bit of everything around me. And I go, gentlemen, it appears we have a murder on our hands.
Murder?
Murder.
Just like I murdered the box office with Avatar.
Who the fuck are you now?
You were an Avatar?
No, my movie, Avengers, just destroyed the max gross office payment for Avatar.
Oh, yes.
I'm very proud of it, yes.
The fuck are you?
Well, the last Marvel movie I saw was Thor 2. Anyway.
And I slammed down my cup in nothing. Like, how
Please
dare you?
Please excuse him. His ego is bigger than the room. Continue.
Quiet, rodent.
Well, that is quite a feat considering we're standing outside in the cul-de-sac. But, speaking of rooms, may I direct you into the room inside? And he walks in.
What a pompous
And
asshole.
I go out before I go in. I take a rock. I don't go in alone, home.
And I'm like, a little barbaric, but it gets the job done. And I walk in right behind him. I close the door to the rat. No. I was like,
all
well,
four
you
of us
well,
are-
I know.
Just
Well,
staring,
are you coming?
staring at the door like this. Son of. Okay. Gentlemen, let's
You go
proceed.
through the mailbox slit.
All right, so we are now in the home. Anime
Holmes.
Anime Sherlock Holmes leads you all into the living room, and you see a dead body on the carpet.
Oh shit, blood.
I had nothing to do with this, I say.
Indeed, there's blood, and there is something else. So here's another mechanic of the game. Now we get to roll on a clue prompts table, where you roll a d20, and no, it's me first.
Okay.
Okay.
We go around each time you
Well, I
guys
think I'm
want
the
to.
most popular person here. I'd go first. Sorry.
Each time you guys want to introduce a new clue, you roll on the clue prompts table, and you try to
Okay.
make that clue the most important one.
I see.
So, let's see. There is also something else. And Anime Sherlock Holmes holds up like a piece of paper. Here is half a grocery list. As you can see, written here in black ink. Milk, eggs, and something else that has been torn off. Perhaps the third item on that list, and Anime Sherlock Holmes puts it in his metal corset, was murder. And then he does an anime pose.
The fuck's wrong with him? You alright there?
What?
You okay? You posing for some reason?
That's just how I stand. And he does another pose.
Is it me or did the room get brighter?
Oh, that's my many, many magnifying glasses. Be careful, mouse. It may burn you alive.
Thank you.
Fuck.
Well, now it seems, and I said, may I see the list?
Anime Sherlock Holmes hands you the grocery list.
I see, Zach. So you believe this is a very important clue?
Yes, very important.
And in my head, I do like this slow motion thing that Robert Downey Jr. does. I'm just like, first I'll crumble the page, then I'll sock him in the face. He'll hit me with the savage left. I'll go down.
I'm looking at the anime Holmes. I'm like, you okay now? What's wrong with him?
Hold on, wait. Can we actually play that out? Where he's just like,
Tactical plan, 100%. Success rate for me, 0. I'll take those chances. I'll do what I said. I'll crumple the paper and I throw it at you, and I'm like, wait a minute, I probably should have taken those odds. Wham!
Yes, but anime Sherlock Holmes doesn't hit you with his fist. Instead, he hits you with one of his magnifying glasses. Just
Did not see that coming.
They're just like fucking knocked out.
well, that is unfortunate.
Hey, fool, you contaminating the scene.
All this is happening, and
On top of the dead.
all this happening, and I have some tea. I'm just like, gentlemen, can we please continue?
So Sherlock Holmes moves the knocked out Holmes on
Off the
court.
body.
Yeah. Like, gotta get a good view. 9. And I can introduce it anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Sherlock Holmes, he looks at the body and goes, hey, it looks like something's under the body. I pull it out. There's a golden figurine. Y'all know what this is?
Anime Sherlock Holmes immediately puts all of his magnifying glass tentacles just all over the statue. It's like, I do say, what is that a figurine of?
Look like a ballerina.
Ballerina.
Yeah.
Why, I admire ballerinas for their flexibility. And he does another pose.
I just give you a look like, You seen this before?
Have you ever heard of gloves before contaminating the evidence?
Don't worry, I'm clean.
Oh my. No, I reckon I have not seen that before.
What about you, Sleepy? I slap you. Hey, wake up.
Well, that probability did not go in my favor. What do we have here?
Look like some kind of golden figurine.
Interesting. In my head,
I like how everything we're showing you, it's a fucking, like, analytical. Like, just give us a fucking answer.
but given the recent head trauma, I think I'll just stop doing this for a moment. I said, interesting. And where did you find this?
It was under the body.
Oh, was I on top of the body? I have all this blood on me.
Yeah, you got knocked out by the Benzie over there.
And I kind of look over him like, only a vampire would do that. I don't say that out loud. I'm just like, He's like, well, being a very valued citizen from Transylvania, I do know about these things. And I
Wait,
go to
you're
ground.
from Transylvania?
Of course.
And you're accusing me of being the vampire?
Are you being racist against Transylvanians? In my head, I'm like, probability of English diction, 75%. Probability of acting like an idiot, 25. I'll take those chances. and I turn back.
Listen, the racial politics of this situation is already out of order. So unless you have another clue that you can present to us, I must
In
ask
fact,
that you
I
leave.
do.
Oh,
It seems that you guys were not as quick to sign the actual evidence. And he goes over to the body and grabs out of the blood-stained pocket half-eaten sandwich.
oh,
And it says, now this here. He takes a bite out of it.
that is not only contaminating the crime scene. That's contaminating yourself.
What kind of sandwich is it?
You have to take sacrifices to solve the mystery.
So much for forensics.
He was missing a little bit of iron. I could tell from the blood. Excuse me. He goes to the bathroom. He comes back. It seems that it was a sandwich of provolone, mustard, and was that oregano? No, that was weed. Yes, that was weed.
Are you telling me that was a weed sandwich?
Exactly, with just a dash of provolone.
And you were able to taste that? I can't smell anything in here.
Well,
This
you've
room
done
full of
enough drugs
potpourri.
like I have. You know your shit.
Yeah, he knows.
After all, my famous film Iron Man skyrocketed me. But yes,
Are you actually Sherlock Holmes or are you Robert Downey Jr. as Sherlock Holmes?
wasn't that him in the
I
movie?
mean, it was, but it
No, that was
It
just
works.
Robert Downey Jr. being Sherlock Holmes himself. He's like,
Got a
but
point.
he's like, but this half-eaten sandwich is the most vital thing because we could tell the individual's choice of food, drug use, and perhaps is why he got killed. Maybe he didn't have enough money for the stash. Maybe he took the stash. Or perhaps that little list of yours was just a cover-up. Because who the hell makes a list anymore? They put them on their phone, plebeian. And I put the sandwich on top of the dead body. It's still in the blood.
I just pick it up and go, it smells like from Keros.
Interesting.
Provolone Supreme.
Mouse, do you have anything to add to this conversation? Except being on your phone? Don't give me that shit.
Yes, you've been rather quiet, Mouse Detective. Have you found a clue?
Yeah, you fucking wrote it.
Well, other than the sandwich that is laced with tetrahydrocannabinol, let's see here. Do I need to roll?
Yes,
Okay.
D20.
so, yeah.
That's out of D20.
Okay. Now you gotta walk over there.
No, D20. You
This
rolled a
is a-
D6.
Yeah, sorry. Honestly, I could just tell you guys what the clues are.
Okay.
What'd you roll?
I got an 18.
That's another half-eaten sandwich.
It's the other half. Gentlemen, I have here now before you. Look. Another half-eaten sandwich of the victim.
Is it the size of the mouse, or he's holding like
Now-
one hand in the other half of the sandwich, 3 times its size?
Yeah, basically, gentlemen.
Holy
look
shit.
here, another half-eaten sandwich.
It
We
was
can
a
see
foot
from the bite size that it looks possibly different. Here, for your observation.
And I grab it, and I'm like, interesting. And I take another bite out of it.
Please stop doing that.
You have to get
My
dirty.
word.
Anime Sherlock Holmes swipes it out of your hand. He takes a sniff. You're right. This is different. This smells of garlic. And he gingerly puts the half-eaten sandwich back down to the corpse.
Not bad.
Who eats garlic sandwiches?
Apparently the victim or
Revolting.
the murderer. And then immediately his magnifying glass tentacles just go everywhere, just searching everywhere. There must be another clue somewhere around here.
Hey,
it
Booker,
can't just
watch
be a
out with
scent.
that shit.
You're gonna get it all over my new suede shoes.
I found it. All the magnifying glasses immediately go to one point of the armchair, and Anime Sherlock Holmes walks up, and he gingerly picks up a single hair. This is the most important clue that we have found today. This single hair is very important because... And he leans down toward the murder victim who has black hair, and you can see that he is holding a red hair. This does not match the murder victim.
It does match the rat. Did you kill him?
No, I did not. I was outside the whole time.
That's what the rat would say.
Sherlock Holmes, were you the first to arrive here?
No, I got here. He was already here. Little rat boy over there.
So you're saying that the great mouse detective here was the first to arrive to the scene.
A little suspicious.
Yeah.
Rodent. What? Sorry, my accent changed for a second.
Well,
But hold up, there is a bigger clue. It's a 13.
oh my god, it's a snub-nosed Shih Tzu.
I go down, and I'm like, there is a kennel over there. And I rush over and I grab it. I hear just like, look at here. No one has this Shih Tzu like him. And it seems that this clue could really show you that this person had a lot of money. I mean, who the hell buys a Shih Tzu nowadays? It's all about corgis. And I start like petting it, and I'm like, I look over Shih Tzu, I look at his face, and it's just like, tell me, do you like the taste of rat?
I look at the table. Like, wait a minute, you fuckers! You forgot something. Look at this. 17.
A bust of the queen.
What?
A bust of the queen.
Look, fuckers! It's the queen.
Rule,
God, it's
Britannia, Britannia, rule the seas.
This fucker had a statue hobby or some shit. Really like to go to figurines and the buses and shit. You know what this means, right? He's of royalty.
It
If
makes
he's
a
a-
lot of sense.
If he is of royalty, why is he living in a 3-floor house in a cul-de-sac?
Maybe he likes simple life.
Gentlemen, please, if we're looking at Shih Tzus and butts, I must say the essential clue that we're missing here is a 7.
An old newspaper.
Boy, this is number one.
Not going good.
A sandwich, fucking 2 statues, and a
Shittiest mystery
Dog.
ever.
a dog.
All right, hang on. I should probably actually be writing these down.
This newspaper, as we see here, we can see that maybe there'll be fingerprints on this newspaper. Or the position of the newspaper itself. Observe here the use of the newspaper. Not very elementary. Not opened, not read. The newspaper just remains there.
I see it's filled with piss, probably from this dog, to use to collect the piss when it pissed on the floor. This paper means nothing. The dog is everything, and I throw the dog on the body. He's like, lead us to the answer.
Why? None of us are the MC, so I guess you describe what the dog does, I guess.
Okay. So the dog's just looking at me kind of confused and starts like yelping because he knows its master is dead and starts licking it. He's just like, look at that. No dog would lick blood. He's a vampire.
I go up to the dog to look at the, what is it called?
The collar.
The collar. His name's Banana.
Banana.
I don't know if that's important.
No, I don't believe that's important. I believe this is important. A chess set. Mid-game.
Come again.
A chess set.
A chess, and I grab the mouse and I just put it on top, like I guess a table nearby, so it could be like eye level to us.
Wait, hang on. And I grab the mouse. Ow! And I put them on the chess set.
Oh dear. Okay.
Mouse, you are the same size as the chess pieces.
Yes.
And all of these chess pieces are arranged in such an angle.
That only eyes at the same level of the chess pieces could solve.
Yes.
Just like Harry Potter.
This might be the most important clue. Mouse detective, what do you see?
Hang on there. Before you all start rambling off answers, look where the dog's going. Look what it's finding. 10.
Nice.
Another chess set mid-game.
Look, another chess set. The fucker had an addiction of gambling or some shit.
Good banana. Good banana. And I'm like,
multiple chess sets.
and I make it drink one of my experiments.
This fucker had a thing for playing multiple people, probably.
Yeah, I think everyone's looking at the two chess sets and they don't like see you feeding the dog.
Meanwhile, like as I'm like taking another chess set, I'm like really like taking it in. He was playing 2 games
At the same time.
Once I fed the bottle of like probably like knockout liquid to see if it could knock it out, I grabbed the dog and I'm like, tell me your secrets. And I said,
leave bananas alone.
Bananas knows the answer and found the chess set and also found 2.
A faded picture.
A faded picture, and I chucked the dog on the couch. And I'm like, look at here. This is a half-naked picture of a woman, probably hand-drawn like Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie Titanic, which my movie happened to actually overshow.
I take the picture and I open it up from behind. Like, wait, there's something behind here.
Another chess set.
There's another chess set. He's playing 3 games.
I take off my glasses and my hat. My God!
This one was written.
The king was ready to take the queen!
Gentlemen, we have an odd situation of 3 chess sets.
Silence, mouse!
Hang on. The mouse may have a point.
3
Fine.
chess sets, 3 unfinished games.
Well,
And
hold on.
one
What-
behind
what-
the picture.
One moment. And anime Sherlock Holmes arranges all of his magnifying glasses in like ascending order so that way the mouse detective now looks as big as everyone else.
Thank you. 3 unfinished chess sets, 3 different locations, 3 different games. One thing we can look, and perhaps maybe these tables will give a clue, and we'll find number 8.
A perfectly ripe banana.
If you see behind the chess set, if you look at the angle of the play, you will notice a perfectly ripe banana.
Bullshit, nothing stays ripe in this temperature. And I go over and I open and I eat it.
What? Stop eating the evidence.
I
Sir,
have to
can we
apologize.
not
I have to apologize
Can we
to you,
not
great mouse detective. You were
consume
right.
the evidence?
This was truly a fresh banana. And I go over to, and the best one to solve this, and I go over to the knocked out dog banana. It's to you, good sir. And I grab its face and I like lightly smother to get it to smell.
What are all these clues leading up to, though? So
Chess sets
confusing.
and bananas. Curiouser and curiouser.
It seems that this individual liked potassium, a vital necessity to any good breakfast. Actually, what time of day is it? And I look over to the clock. I see. The power's turned off.
Wait. What kind of clock is it?
It's a digital.
Oh, God. It's like, I thought that was a grandfather clock.
Okay, let's go with the grandfather clock.
It's like, what's in the grandfather clock? I open it up and I find 12.
A snub-nosed revolver.
Dun dun dun.
It's a fucking gun, Holmes.
Oh, God.
Specifically a snub nose. These are very popular. Easy to conceal, easy to shoot.
Good, my good set. Why'd you pick up the gun?
Because he's clean. What is our
Clean,
question?
Holmes.
He is
And
clean,
in my
yes.
mind, I'm like,
This is a fucking amateur work right here.
And is the weapon loaded?
Let's find out. And I point in a direction. Yeah, that's a yes, Holmes. Oh, shit.
I look down. It's seen some bleeding.
Yeah, anime Sherlock Holmes immediately takes many steps away from the hole in the wall that you've just made. Just, Jesus.
Wait a minute. There's something behind the wall. I go up to the wall and I start ripping off the wood. Hey, guys, come look at this. 4.
I feel like
A
when
single
we did it-
hair.
A single hair. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
And look, it's the same as the other one.
Interesting. So we're dealing with 2 rats. Didn't the great mouse
Allow me
detective,
to investigate the hole further.
Didn't the great mouse detective have like a red sweater?
No, he had a
I
regular,
like how
like
from
a trench
fucking
coat.
distance, I saw a single hair come out of the wall.
3.
A bizarrely shaped stain.
The worst clues for me to work with. Jesus Christ. Okay. Gentlemen, I'll check the hole and I'll investigate.
You'll see here that there's a bizarrely shaped stain in the wall.
Interesting. Well, now, it seems... Wait a minute.
What makes it bizarre? Hang on, before we find another clue, because we're currently balls deep
And
in
as he's
clues
saying
right
that,
now.
my tongue is not about to lick it.
Stop! Don't taste the stain. Why is it bizarrely shaped? Just, and one of his magnifying glasses just touches your tongue and just lulls it back into your mouth.
Yes.
From what I see, it's shaped like a banana.
Banana.
The dog's name's Banana. The chess piece make a banana. Now we got a banana stain. I think this person likes bananas.
I'm coming out.
Okay.
I go to grab the dog. Tell us your secrets!
All right, there are too many clues, and I believe that killer may still be here. So I am making this a closed scene. And Anime Sherlock Holmes goes up to each of the windows and draws the curtains to each window.
Well, thanks to the darkness, it revealed a new clue standing right next to the body, which was...
A broken broadsword.
Okay, that's not bad.
It seems that in our kerfuffle of getting one up over each other, we forgot this, and I go up and I pick it with my bare hands, this broken broadsword. You see, it was used to probably stab the victim like this, and I stab the body. He's like, and next it'll be used.
No!
And next it'll be
No!
used to stab bananas. And I just go over to the dog.
No, okay. Anime Sherlock Holmes immediately steps up. He poses in front of you. If you are trying to destroy any more evidence on the scene, or try to
Destroy?
yes.
What have you done, huh?
What do you mean?
Oh, with your fancy little corset. Who still wears those in this era? Cthulhu would not like that sort of thing. You know, he's all about being free and just letting it all hang out.
You and I both know that neither of us can speak for Cthulhu. Cthulhu is an independent woman who don't need no man.
My auntie's okay. You guys don't have to wait. Dulu is fine.
And I said, right. But they see this broadsword. It may be broken. It takes a lot to actually break steel or iron. And I lick it. It's iron. He's like, so this must be a very strong individual.
You got a tasting fetish, Holmes. You might want to
That's how you get to the bottom of things.
You might want to see a doctor.
At least we can rule out the mouse being the perpetrator. I could not lift that sword myself.
No, but you may have found a way to scare the individual to fall on the sword and break it.
You were the first one here.
You son of a bitch.
The gun just big.
Really?
You had the sandwich. Who's to say you couldn't pick up the snubnose?
I've seen what rats can do. I've seen how big they grow, especially in England.
Call me rat one more time.
Rodent. And then I go through my little fucking scenario again. I'm just like, probability of getting the Black Plague, 100%. Probability of kicking him through the window, 200%. I like those odds.
The murderer is still here, then that means that fucker's hiding amongst us. We have to find him by all means. See what else is in this damn shaky house.
And actually, Anime Sherlock Holmes puts a hand to your chest. Is like, actually, I want to see how this plays out.
You want to see a rat and a fucking movie star Bentley go at it?
Don't you?
You got a point. Bite it out, boy.
And then it frees, and I'm thinking substandard human, large.
No, you can't do that. I can do that.
It's a Holmes thing. We can all do that.
Yeah, Holmes.
How was it a Holmes thing?
Holmes always.
Oh, you
was
think
like
only you can play this game?
Actually, I think Anime Sherlock Holmes just has one of those JoJo moments where he's monologuing for I only have 5 seconds, and then he talks for 35.
35 episodes.
Yeah.
See, my version is just myself talking in my head. You think that's correct? Nah, fool. And then it's going back. It's just me arguing with myself.
That's correct. Nah.
So Anime Sherlock Holmes stands back with Sherlock Holmes, and one of his tentacles appears with opera glasses and puts them over his eyes.
You see, individual like yourself most likely doesn't want to be in the sunlight. That's what you like, going around through holes, huh?
Gloves are off.
And then I go in. Let's fucking do this. And fucking come punch me.
Just start. Wait, who do you punch?
I just punch him.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Robert Downey. Let's fucking do this.
Whoa.
When I essay.
Well then, thank you.
What happened? Get up. Let's fucking do this, Holmes.
I'm just knocked down.
Oh shit, he's out.
That is the second time he was out today.
Man, this fool was lightweight.
I'm I was about to come at him, and then Jason already punched him, so I just stopped. And I was like, oh,
I got into it. Let's fucking do this. Bah.
All right, well, while our compatriot is still out, I believe that the murderer is still here, so the three of us must solve this soon.
a sword, a weapon, unfinished chess pieces, chess
A
game,
fetish and a fetish for bananas.
and a banana fetish.
Many, many bananas.
Not to mention a lot of dead body right there.
Mouse detective,
Yes.
do you mind if I confer with you in private?
Okay, I'll
Right.
lead the way.
All right, let us go to, let's see.
What about me, fucker?
This is something I must confer with the mouse detective in private. I apologize, Sherlock Holmes, but you must keep watch over our unconscious friend. You knocked him out, he's your responsibility. Now, mouse friend, come with me. We shall confer upstairs.
Okay.
I just kind of look around like, ain't this a bitch?
And then you hear a voice.
Keep him unconscious.
All right, and then after a minute, anime Sherlock Holmes comes down alone. Sherlock Holmes. I'm sorry, but I was trying to confer with my friend, but they escaped through a hole in the wall. Sherlock Holmes, with our friend here unconscious and the mouse escaped, I'm afraid it's just you and I, and, well, he slowly raises a magnifying glass to his mouth, and as he smiles, you see large canine teeth. You are now alone with a vampire.
And then I'm like slow motion thinking this in my head. I'm like acting dead, 100% approval rate. It's just like realizing that the vampire was the most beautiful person in this room. Obvious. Go for a left nut attack with a savage right hook.
You think I'm fucking afraid, Holmes? I fucking took on Tui. I can take you on. Let's fucking do this.
I get up, just like almost sitting down, almost about to fall off, and I just go, yeah, and I go for your nuts.
I love this scene where it's like Sherlock Holmes and like anime Sherlock
in
Holmes
boxing
are like about to fight, and then you just spring from the ground and just punch me in the nuts, and I just fall to the ground like, oh, my JoJo's.
I grab the broken sword, and they were like, Sherlock Holmes, it seems we're about to make box office hits.
We're about to do it. Vatos locos for life. Kick him on the-
Just stabbing you.
Start kicking him.
Where's the rat?
They say he got away.
Tally ho! And then out of nowhere, I just come like diving at him. Go for the neck. Die, vampire. Rapscallion.
And so we're just stabbing you. We're
Just going at you.
All right, so anime Sherlock Holmes is dead, so now one of you assholes have to solve the crime, because originally the vampire has to solve the crime, but now you guys have to figure out.
So you were a vampire.
Yeah, I was a vampire.
Okay.
I said
Forgot
that.
about that room mechanic that once you reveal a vampire, he solves the crime. So
Yeah,
we
but
just
you
killed him.
You killed me, so you guys get to solve the crime. So figure out how this man was murdered, keeping in mind that our rules are, our clues are 2 half-eaten sandwiches, 2 locks of brown hair, half a grocery list, a golden ballerina figure, a bust of the queen, a shih tzu named Banana, a newspaper, 3 chess sets that were mid-game all at the same time, a faded picture of Leonardo DiCaprio of the Titanic, a snub-nosed revolver, a bizarrely shaped stain in the shape of a banana, and a broken broadsword.
I go over to his body, pick up the cigarette packets that were in there, light one. I'm like, you want one?
Nah, fool. I quit.
You mouse, would you like one?
Thank you. Yes.
And I flick the pack. That's probably his size. Boom. It's elementary to see what has been here. And I like take off the cigarette dust on top of your dead body, Kevin. It seems that this individual was addicted to bananas, named his dog Bananas, made weird stains on the walls like bananas. Given the 3 half-beaten chess games, he had the sudden urge for bananas. And I think having too much potassium in your system really fucks you up. So he was playing around with a snub-nosed gun, thinking, might just end myself right now, but that'd be too obvious. And he looks over to see that sword, and he's just like, I'm just going to end it all. Because he knew he could never have too many bananas in his life. The potassium would kill him. And so he ended it the best way. And so he go one way. He just stabbed himself with an iron sword and just ended it. But apparently he was too heavy and he somehow shattered the blade. This was a suicide, not a murder.
That makes sense. Why
Just like I murdered Avatar in thanks to my new film, The Avengers. I, Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes, I mean. And I take another cigarette out and just light it.
What about the gold figurine?
He was English, obviously.
That makes sense. That's why he has the bust.
Exactly.
Complete British.
So that's it then? It was a suicide?
It was a suicide.
Gentlemen, I believe my colleague is on the right track, that it was a suicide, but a failed suicide that resulted in a suicide eventually, which means the victim attempted to shoot himself, and then obviously I believe that it was not a fatal wound and fell upon the sword, thus breaking it and delivering the final blow.
And it's at this point the landlord comes in and goes, all right, so you solved the crime? Great,
Yes.
get out. I need to rent this out to new people.
I think that's it then.
All right, cool, get out. I need to clean out all this potpourri. And he ushers you all out.
All right.
Fine.
Gentlemen, I normally say it's been a pleasure, but it hasn't. Good day.
Eagle comes out.
And as
Goodbye.
as everyone leaves, I look back to break the fourth wall and I smile with a canine tooth sticking out. I was a vampire.
Oh, you for real?
We had 2 vampires this game? What are the odds?
What are the odds that I'm also a serial
Mind
killer?
blow.
Well, I gotta say that was a very interesting improv
Solo
exercise.
vampire.
Yeah, that fun time for
ending.
Sherlock Holmes and the Vampire.
Well, send us off, Kevin.
I honestly don't know how to end this. I was just
Well,
gonna-
guys, thanks for tuning into this
roll
episode
credits.
of Not Rolling in the Mist.
Hey guys, what'd I miss?
Hey, it's Pablo.
Pablo,
You finally showed.
you're early.
Good night, everybody.